You think the night is actually black? That is megacap. The pitch-black night sky you see every day is actually the universe's biggest finesse. It's also a hardcore physics problem that literally stunned endless scientists, Olbers's paradox. If you knew the hidden truth behind it, tonight you might not even dare to look out at the sky outside your window ever again, Engel. In 1823, the German astronomer Heinrich Olbers, after finishing dinner, stepped outside and looked up. Exactly this super basic NPC-like move made him suddenly freeze. He stared at that dark void of a sky, and a question popped into his head that kept him up all night. This darkness ain't mathing at all. Suggest hitting the skip meal button. You might think he's overthinking it, but PLs don't laugh yet. Because for the next 200 years, from Newton, Kepler to top-tier physicists whose names you don't even know, they all got massive headaches from this question. 0 people could easily drop the answer. First off, let's make it clear why this question is so try-hard. Just imagine you're standing in the middle of an endlessly huge forest. Trees are growing so packed together and stretching so far you can't see the end. Theoretically, no matter which direction you look, your eyes will eventually hit a tree. There is no way you can see anything outside that forest. The stars in the universe are literally those trees. If the universe is infinite and stars are endless, then no matter where your eyes look, ultimately you gotta see a blazing star. The whole sky should be glowing up like a giant light bulb. Not just kind of bright, but blindingly bright far. But what's the reality? The reality is you open the window and only see a pitch-black night. This contradiction is exactly Olbers's paradox. So what's the most basic explanation? A lot of people's first reaction is because the stars are way too far, the light can't reach Earth, so OBV, we can't see them. Sounds super logical, right? Cap? Scientists already did the math on this. True, a single star gets dimmer the further away it is. But at the same time, the further the distance, the number of stars in that zone will increase exponentially by the square of the distance. The dimming level and the increasing number perfectly cancel each other out. In other words, no matter how far those stars are, their combined light shining down on Earth theoretically must be an insanely huge fixed number. Distance can't save this issue, all right? Then some people say, in the universe, ain't there a ton of stardust? Interstellar dust will block the light. The light gets blocked while on its way, so of course it doesn't reach Earth. This explanation sounds way more legit. Oof, but it's also wrong. Because energy doesn't just poof out of existence. If you block a beam of light with your hand will heat up. That amount of space dust, after absorbing the light, will also get cooked. Then they will radiate this energy source outward as light. In an infinite and eternally existing universe, this process will keep going on forever. Eventually, that dust cloud itself will turn into glowing objects. The sky will still be lit. Space dust can't save the night either. Right when everyone was hard stuck, someone suddenly unlocked a totally new POV. His name was Edgar Allan Poe. Not a scientist, not a physicist, but a writer who literally wrote mystery stories. In 1848, in a prose poem, he wrote that maybe the dark night sky isn't because the light is blocked, but because the universe basically hasn't existed long enough for the light from those faraway stars to have time to reach Earth. This quote shook the whole science community back then. A mystery writer could actually see through a universe mystery that had scientists completely baffled for years. This ain't some spiritual stuff, this is physics. The speed of light is capped at around 300,000 kilometers. Super fast, but not instant. If a star is 10 billion light years away from Earth, its light needs 10 billion years to get here. If the age of the universe is less than 10 billion years, then that star's light still hasn't had time to reach Earth. Obviously, we can't see it. You see? The night is dark not because the light vanished, but because the universe is just too young. The light hasn't had time to fill up the whole sky yet. But this answer leads to a deduction that gives you literal chills. If light travel has a limit, that proves one thing. The universe has a starting point. It hasn't existed forever. It had a spawn moment. This deduction straight up became one of the greatest scientific discoveries of the 20th century. Major proof for the Big Bang Theory. Around 13.8 billion years ago, the universe went from a singularity with infinite density and infinite heat, triggering an expansion that we literally can't even imagine. Space, time, matter, energy, all spawned right at that moment. And before that, there was no time, no space, literally nothing at all. Are you feeling the existential dread yet? That pitch-black night sky you see every day is actually not emptiness, but a leftover trace from the limited history of the universe. In 1929, astronomer Hubble dropped a totally game-changing discovery. He found out that distant galaxies are moving away from us. Not just a few, but basically all distant galaxies are zooming outwards at crazy high speeds. What's more, the further they are, the faster they zoom. This is literally the expansion of the universe. The more important thing is, when a light source moves away from you super fast, the light wavelength it emits gets stretched out. Exactly like a rubber band getting stretched out. Visible light will turn into infrared rays, or even into wave bands that we absolutely can't detect at all. This is exactly the redshift phenomenon in space. Those distant galaxies, they didn't turn off their lights at all. They're just zooming so fast that the light they emit on its way here gets stretched into a form that we literally can't see. It's just like an ambulance speeding past you. When it's close, you hear the ear-piercing siren. When it's far, it turns into a low hum. The sound didn't disappear, it just changed frequencies. Light in the universe works exactly the same way. But what I'm about to say next is what actually gives scientists insomnia. The universe is expanding at an accelerating rate. Not a steady speed, but literally accelerating. What does this even mean? It means the galaxies currently still in our observable range are taking turns speeding up faster and faster until their speed of moving away from us surpasses the speed of light itself. What happens when it passes the speed of light? Well, the light from there will forever never reach Earth again. Those galaxies will vanish from our sight for eternity. Scientists estimate that in the next hundreds of billions of years, the majority of the galaxies that we can see today will one by one cross this speed of light boundary, ghosting our cosmic vision completely. By then, if Earth still has humans around, when they look up at the universe, what they see will just be the Milky Way and a few random neighboring galaxies. All the remaining stuff will sink into eternal darkness. Now that is the true dark night.